Guys, we have a major issue in the First Descendant, and I'm really sad about it. As you all know, on this most recent update, we got the introduction of Sigma Sector. And Sigma Sector is great. There's a lot of enemies, you get to do cool builds, you get the arcade tree. Very good, lots of new weapons, and it's generally great, big fun. However, I have encountered a basically game-breaking bug that requires you to restart your computer uh, after. You can't just close the game and restart it. You can't load into a new area. You can't just change your graphics settings. It just happens pretty much every single time. This is usually just on Isolated Desert on the hard mode version, high power, whatever, high risk. And it's usually around the part where you're running through the canyon and all of the waves of dudes are just running at you, like in a single file line. It pretty much happens there every single time without fail, and it just happened again to me, so I thought I'd make a video because it's starting to get really frustrating. Um, what actually happens? So once that part hits, you won't see it on your frame rate. So the top left here, you'll see my frame rate and the latency. Um, nothing will change there, but noticeably, game very blurry. I'm telling you, it feels like the game is literally vibrating. Look at this. I'm slowly moving my mouse in a circle, and you can see the vibration. This is unplayable. Look at this. This is not 60 FPS. It says 60. It's not. Yeah, like look at this. This is just horrible. Like you're gonna throw up playing a game like this. Now I've tried all the different graphic settings. I normally play the game on cinematic with ray reconstruction and DLSS, and I use FrameGen. I've tried putting it on performance. I've turned FrameGen off. I've tried without ray reconstruction. I've played everything on low, no ray tracing. I've had uncapped and capped frame rates. Still has the same bug. I am playing in 4K. Maybe that's the issue. And I have a 4090 9800X 3D. If I uncap the frame rate, it's usually around 100 or so with these settings. And that's just usually how I prefer to play the game, but I put it on 60 because I thought, hey, maybe capping the frame rate will fix it. Newsflash, it doesn't. Now, notably, I also normally don't play with DLSS on quality and put on performance because 4K. But yeah, this is straight up unplayable. It's pretty bad. Let me show you guys too in the mission while I'm talking, kinda the spot that has the issue. We'll probably run into it because it seems to be a very common spot on this map, and the runs usually take about 3 minutes, so it won't take too long to get there. But you'll see this. You would think when I'm loading into a new area, like a mission, this would go away, right? You would think that it would fix itself. No, it doesn't fix itself at all. And we'll see that right here live in front of the camera. So loading on in, it says we're at about 80 FPS, 45 latency. That latency is definitely going to go up, but it says we're at about, 80, 90. You can already see it's not smooth. Like you can see it. This looks bad. It's just blurry, it's jittery. I can barely read anything on the screen. And this is with 4K. I can't imagine how much worse this would be if I had a lower frame rate with actual tearing in 1080p. And I know this sounds like first world problems, like, oh, boo-hoo, the supercomputer is struggling here. And yeah, it is. It is. I'm even going to turn my audio off because I want you guys to be able to, hear what's going on. We'll put it on 0. I want to be able to hear me going on here because the audio doesn't really matter. I haven't exactly figured out the audio levels on this game. I feel like it's either way too quiet or way too loud, and having it off when you're doing a little commentary is just, ideal. Yeah, you see a little stuttering right there, of course. There's all these guys loaded in. I think it's that specific enemy type. This enemy type right here, I think is the type that causes all the issues. Because this is the part where it always happens. So you go through here, you kill all these dudes. My friend is not fully, booked out with RK yet. That's why I was doing this with her. Or, I'd be one-shotting all these things. But, she's pretty good. She's on Contagion. And right here, this section, this whole wave, when this wave spawns in and this wave over here spawns in, it causes the tearing thing to happen every single game. So I usually just won't run this mission because I know the tearing thing's going to happen. And if I just, restart the computer or the game, usually I have to do both, the computer and the game, and I load into the other mission, I don't have any issues, and the game's all buttery smooth like it normally is. But this mission in particular is causing the issue, and I don't know if anyone else is having it, but if you are, I'd love for you to leave a, comment letting me know exactly what's happening on your end, or if you found a way to fix it. Hopefully the devs, can see this and it gets shared enough to where something goes up the food chain, because I've been honestly just having nothing but bugs with this update. It's been atrocious for me. I love the update, but this has been the buggiest launch of an update I've ever had. I should probably just go over the whole list of issues I'm having. So I'm having this issue, right? I'm having the issue where every time I log into the game, it makes me redo my graphic settings, sometimes all of my settings, including mouse sensitivity and keybinds. So it's like I'm a new player every flippin' time. And that's even if I just quit to the login screen and back in without even leaving the game, it'll make me redo it. I have to, it resets my like presets randomly sometimes, or like the dog will randomly just have its pickup stuff or auto dismantle. It'll just have it turned off, which is just ridiculous. Like it's on and then it's off randomly. I don't turn it off, it just turns itself off. Or this, you know how it shows you the auto dismantle on the bottom right here? And it's supposed to, be moving up constantly because it's working on auto dismantling. It'll just not. It'll just stay completely grayed out the whole run, never move once, and you'll just not dismantle anything until you relog into the game. So that one's kind of an annoying little bug. Of course, there's still the ghost bullet problem, which I thought they said they were fixing, with capping the uh, bullets like firing speed. I know it's a frame rate issue thing, but like even when my frames are at about 240, I still get ghost bullets. So there's that. Let's see, what other issues are we having this patch? Oh, how about when I updated my drivers with the patch? Every time I'd launch the game, it would auto crash, and it not only would crash the game, it would just crash the computer outright. I've tried the drivers multiple times. It does not work. I roll back the drivers and then it's fine. So apparently you just can't use the new drivers on the game. However, I did update the new drivers and those drivers happened to add like all the new DLSS stuff to the game. It didn't say that in the drivers, but it obviously did because the first time I did get the game up and running before it crashed, the game actually looked better than it's ever looked. It's never looked as good as that. So I really just don't know what's going on. I have to play on old drivers and restart my game every time I run this mission, or the game looks like dog do. So obviously, I'm a little pissed. I'm unhappy. It's my favorite game, and it's just not working. Um, yeah, I think that's all I need to say here. I've kind of gone over my grievances. Let me know if you're feeling the same way, and hopefully, we can get this resolved.